Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to install a Tesla home charger, also known as a Tesla wall connector, step by step. By the end of this video, you will know how to set it up safely and efficiently. Let's get started. Let's go over the tools and materials you will need for this installation. You need drill and set of drill bits, wire stripper and cutter, a voltage tester, measuring tape, a leveler, and electrical conduit. You will also need wiring. I use 6-gauge wiring. There are 3 cables in a strand. And depending on your local electric code, make sure you have the right size that can carry up to 45 amp. In this case, it's recommended to use 6-gauge. And also, it's helpful to have a miter saw with metal or plastic cutter so you can cut the conduit. Next, let's do the unboxing of the wall connector. Inside the box, you will find the wall connector unit. Behind, we have the mounting bracket and some screws and anchors. And we also have the cable, which comes out to be 24 feet. Now, let's decide on the installation location. Here are some few tips. The wall connector should be close to your parking spot for easy access. It should be mounted to a solid surface, like a wall or a post. Ensure the location is within reach of your electrical panel and also within reach of your Tesla. And make sure you mark the spot for the mounting bracket using the leveler to ensure it's straight. The wall connector needs to be attached to the stud. Use a stud finder to find where the studs are located. So you can see here, there's a stud. I'm going to attach the wall connector to the center of where the stud is. The electrical panel behind the ladder is about 30 feet away. I will run wire up from the ceiling and then down into this location. You can see here, there's a stud in the center. This is an excellent spot. Let's look at the wiring connections. The Tesla wall connector does not have a neutral wire for typical installation in the US. It uses only 2 hot wires, L1 and L2, and a ground wire for a 240-volt circuit. Here's the breakdown. I purchased the extension wire from Home Depot. It comes with 4 wires. Neutral is white, black and red is the hot wire, and the bare wire is ground. So we will only be using the black, the red, and the bare wire for the connections. One side will attach to the wall mount, as indicated here, ground, bare wire, red or black. And the other side will connect to the 60 amp breaker. One side is red, one side is black, and the ground, bare wire goes onto the breaker ground. The white wire is a neutral wire. The Tesla wall connector does not require a neutral wire, so we will cap it off. Now we measure the length of the cable needed to cut our conduit from the panel breaker. This comes out to be 16 inches. Now I'm going to measure from this corner to the ceiling. "41 inches. I will use a 90-degree elbow for turns. Make sure you subtract the lengths, compensate the lengths for the elbow. Before we begin any electrical work, turn off the power at your circuit breaker and use a voltage tester to confirm there's no power to the circuit you'll be working on. Safety is the key. First, turn off all the breakers. Then the main power. Once you confirm all the power is off, then you can take off the screws from the panel. Use a flathead screwdriver to take off the screws. After you take off the 6 screws, you can take off this panel. Now be very careful. The main wire is still hot, so be very careful. I recommend get some board, tape up this area to prevent accidental contact. This will enhance the safety to prevent accidental electrical shock. Now I will attach the wires to the breaker, 60 amp breaker, and then install the breaker at this location. Also, you can see there are holes that I need to knock out on the side of the panel so the wire can come through the drywall. Using a drywall saw, first puncture a hole in the drywall, and then you can start removing part of the drywall so the wire can come through. Okay, so we made a mistake. It seems there's a stud by the side of the panel, so we cannot route the wire through the stud. Instead, we will punch out the hole on the top, and we will route our wires from the top down. So change the plan. We have to route the wires from the top. Let's open up a new hole at the top. Now you can see I feed through the wire from the drywall opening at the top, and we have 4 wires, bare wire, red, black, and white neutral. So here we see the main panel is normal and correct for the neutral wire, white, and the ground wire, bare, to be bonded together on the same bus. This is because the main panel is the first point where the electrical system is grounded to earth, so the bonding ensures proper fault and current path. The black and red will connect each of the terminals, and the bare wire will connect to the bus strip. Okay, I secure the ground wire, which is the bed wire, to the panel strip. Use a flathead screwdriver, push it through the screw. And then I strip about 1/4 inch of the red and black. And now these will go onto the breaker. Red will be on the top and black will be on the bottom, just like the other breakers. Red and black connect to the breaker secured by the flathead screw, and the white neutral wire is terminated with a cap. Now I'm aligning the breaker to the panel, make sure it gets hooked in the back, and then I can snap it in. When you pop it in, you hear a snap sound, and that tells you the breaker is secured. Turn on the power, be very careful. Okay, now we run a test to make sure power is connected to the cable. So we flip the main power, it's on. These switches are off. This one I turned on. And this is the breaker, 60 amp breaker for the EV charger. So you can see there's power here, power in the line all the way down. The wire is now hot. Now I'm gonna shut everything off and install the remaining part of the wall mount. After you install the new breaker, you can use a channel lock to remove the cover in the panel. Simply twist a couple times, this thing would fall out. I need to take off 2 of these covers. Okay, after remove the cover, you can align the panel and secure with the screws. Hey folks, the straight conduit is too hard to install because the wire is too difficult to bend 90 degrees. So instead, I'm going to use the aluminum conduit. It's lightweight, 3/4 inch in diameter, 25 feet. And see if we can install this instead. Before insert the wire, make sure the wire is cold. Then we can just insert it. You may need to twist a little bit. Little by little, this should all go in. Alright guys, the difficult part is done. The trick getting the wire through the conduit is you need pull it straight. Maybe have another person holding at the other end. Make the wire straight and then you can slide the conduit through. As you can see, I attach the conduit with 3/4 inch hook. This is about 25 feet distance. I have some extra wire which I will need to cut. Now I'm cutting the extra conduit with this metal cutter. Snap it in. Now the extra conduit can slide off. I'll also need to cut the cable with a cable cutter. You know, instead of cutting all at once, I may need to strip it down and cut each individual wires. Now the cable is extremely difficult to cut. To make it easier, you can use a long reach ratcheting bypass looper. This is used for cutting branches, but it will do the trick to cut electrical wires. You get so much leverage. Bang! It snaps. So this is a useful tool for cutting the wire. Now I need to strip the wire end. The extra skin, you can use a box cutter. Now use a wire stripper to expose 1/2 inch of the copper. Expose about 1/2 inch of the red and black wire. And the neutral white wire, we can terminate it with a wire nut. Now use the Allen key to loosen the wire nut so the wires can go through. Here we have the black goes to the right, red go to the center slot, and ground to the left. Once you align it, it should go in smoothly. Tighten the wire nut with an Allen key. Make sure you torque to spec 50 inch-pounds, 5.6 Newton meter of torque. Now we're using 3/16 drill bit to drill the hole. Now we drill the second hole at the top. Make sure you use a leveler to ensure this is nice and horizontal. All right, I have secured the wall mount with 2 screws. Both are attached to the stud. Now we can connect the wall connector. There are 2 screws on the top and 2 screws on the bottom. This is how it looks like. Use the Allen key to turn it. Now, per electrical code, we'll have to label the new breaker, slot 24 and 26. You can also place the sticker that comes with the wall connector next to the breaker label. Now, the final step, we're ready for a test. Let's turn on the breaker and run the QR code to go through the setup in your phone. Now let's plug it in. Turning blue. Let's check. So showing currently charging 3 kilowatt hour. 2 hours to charge from 75% to full. And that's it. Your Tesla home charger is installed and ready for use. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone looking to install their own charger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.